Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. There is a lot going on in the Harkle universe at the moment, not least of which is the court case. And I have done a reading on that, and it doesn't look like it's going well for Harry and Meghan, as predicted in that reading. Lies being exposed and all kinds of things coming out. But our reading today is only tangentially related to that court case. It is about Prince Harry and the press. The pirates with press cards, as he said in his very sanctimonious speech about all the lies that are told online, and of course his being the greatest of all. And I must throw in my usual disclaimer right now. This is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes. All my opinion and anything that I say here is allegedly only. Even the lies that Prince Harry says online are just alleged lies. And so I am using a new-ish tarot deck I'm not convinced about, but I will share it with you today anyway. It is the Shadowland Tarot. It comes in an enormous box, so I'm not sure how I'll get the enormous box in screen. There it is. You may be able to see it. As I say, enormous. It's could be the size of a box of chocolates, but unfortunately doesn't have chocolates in it. It has this rather curious tarot deck. It's supposed to be your shadow self that is illustrated, so I was terribly excited to see that. I do a lot of shadow work, and I would like Harry and Meghan to do some shadow work, but it is a rather odd little deck, and as I say, I'm not convinced about the illustrations, but it does read well, so we're going to give it a whirl today, because the press definitely represents something in Prince Harry's shadow. And so we're going to be doing a Celtic cross, and we're going to be looking at his relationship with the press and see how things are going, what he was thinking when he poked that hornet's nest, and how the press are going to retaliate. Of course, they have all kinds of information on Harry and Meghan dossiers, and that lots of people are saying that they've been sitting on for the right moment, and it does look as if the right moment is right now. And the cards are flying all over the place. You can't see it, but they're quite slippery, still quite slick. It's a new deck, and but was it wise? Was Prince Harry in his right mind when he said what he said? And some of the articles that the press have written already about this have been very funny, and even in a rather staid broadsheet like the Telegraph, having great fun with this. And if I were a journalist, I certainly would be sharpening my poison pen round about now to give Harry some grief with the written word and give it good. So let's see what's going on. I think we've got enough cards flying all over the place for now. These are certainly cards that won't get lost in the dark, which is useful for me living in South Africa, where they cannot guarantee us electricity on any given day. Still load shedding in this country. I'm still struggling to get all my work done, make time to do these readings, upload these readings. And of course, as I said the other day, I would far rather be doing these readings than doing the day job, but I'm sorry I can't be as reliable with these readings as I would like, as regular as I would like. And anyway, Celtic cross coming up. Prince Harry and the pirates of the press club. Let's see what's going on and how the press will fight back, which is the part that really interests me. Prince Harry, obviously not a believer in press freedom, believer in his own freedoms, but he's finding freedom, but not finding press freedom, shall we say. And a very interesting card has come out as the underlying energy of this reading. That is that curious creature with the back to us. How very appropriate. Don't they like to stand with their backs to us, Harry and Meghan, and give us the finger as they do? Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands in the reverse, and that is not being able to defend yourself, feeling that you're constantly under attack. And this card has come out a lot recently, and I haven't managed to get the camera angle quite right today. I was interrupted when I first did this reading by a neighbor wanting a muffin tin, and those are the glamorous circumstances I do these readings in. So 7 of Wands, feeling very vulnerable, feeling unable to defend himself and his dear wife against these outrageous attacks by the press, and the statement that was made that was read out in court yesterday about trying to get his side across and her side across to Omid Scobie about the attacks by the press, and it was really quite pitiful what he thinks, and we'll have a look at that at some stage, how he managed to become so, in my opinion, allegedly brainwashed. But let's get to the heart of this reading right now. What is the heart of this all? The Magician in reverse. Interesting card because it's, of course, trickster energy. It's being manipulative, duplicitous, even when the Magician is in reverse. All these tricks that the media has up its sleeve, that Prince Harry is convinced they have up their sleeve, that they are playing him. And he equally would like to be the person, the puppet master, pulling strings and manipulating stories and getting his truth out. So everybody here is acting out of integrity. They are all pulling strings. They are all manipulating things behind the scene. There is not much truth there in that card. The Magician in the reverse, major arcana. I think it applies equally to both sides. And certainly Prince Harry feels that he is at the mercy of this machine that is relentless in the stories that it fabricates, because the Magician in reverse fabricates things, the lies that the press is telling about him and his darling wife. So the challenge that he faces right now is the Ace of Pentacles, and that is, of course, to start something new and solid, launch himself on the public stage as a thought leader and as somebody to be taken seriously. The Pentacles are very serious. They're not a laugh a minute like Prince Harry once was. Very somber, very serious, making his money, making his fortune, making his presence felt as, I say, a thought leader, somebody important, somebody serious. That is his challenge. And money, of course, also. Money. He feels that the press is making a lot of money out of him, and they sure are. Daily Mail, the comments section, they must be making a fortune out of that. Prince Harry would like some of that too, please. Some share of those pentacles that the press has in such abundance at the moment from him. And so what is behind all of this? His real motive for the way he's treating the press, for the litigation that's going on, for these stones that he keeps throwing at the press and all what they say about people in glass houses. Prince Harry in his mansion throwing stones at the press. What is behind it all? And we get the Star in reverse. And this is the feeling that he is not being treated with the not the consideration that he deserves, but with the fawning adulation, shall we say, that he and his darling wife deserve. They're not being treated like stars. They're not being treated as role models for the rest of us, members of the vulgar herd, to look up to aspire to. Their star is not in the ascendant. It's quite the reverse, the fallen star, and he really can't deal with it. He can't deal with how low he's fallen, how far down he's fallen, his popularity, his reputation, how ruined it is. And there it is, major arcana, and Prince Harry's feeling it. He really is not enjoying the way that he has fallen from grace, and he blames the press for it. It couldn't possibly be his fault, couldn't possibly be Meghan's fault. It's all the fault of the press. And as I say that, I look in the corner of my eye, I look at the next card in this tarot deck. That's the energy that's facing me. And who is it? Old Scratch, the devil. As I say, the darling wife couldn't be her fault. There is the devil. And of course, tarot reading, all for entertainment purposes. So what is his focus right now? His goal with the press? We get the Moon. And the Moon is, of course, about mysteries, about possibly mysterious births that nobody can quite fathom. the shadow. And I was talking about the shadow, and this is the reason why I'm using this Shadowland tarot deck today, because the moon is about your shadow stuff. And he doesn't want the stuff that might come out, that crustacean that has come out, has been walked by that little girl in the woods while the wolf watches hungrily from the moon. It's quite an interesting card, this. And the way it's depicted, this moon energy. It's your shadow, it's the things that you're afraid of, the things that go bump in the night and make you scared. It's about fear, it's about confusion, it's about not seeing clearly. He really, when I'm saying what is his goal, his focus, he really can't see clearly with the press. He cannot separate his own issues, with his mother and the way his mother died, and with Meghan and all of that. He can't separate those issues. He cannot see clearly. He can't see the press for what they are. He can't see his own role in what is happening with the press and the way he's being represented. It really, even though it's very obvious to all of us, to everybody else, and I think to the royal family, because there have been lots of comments in the past few years from the royal family about how important it is to have a free press, that even though you may not always like what the press is saying, you have to have a free press in a democracy. And Prince Harry can't see it. So Major Arcana coming out, the Star in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Moon. It's a big deal. And if you can hear tinkle tinkle in the background, that is Fluffy the cat, who's woken up from her afternoon nap and come for a snack, or perhaps come to walk across the tarot table, as she does sometimes when I'm doing readings. So if a black and white shape suddenly appears on your screen, don't be alarmed. It isn't the moon. And what has happened in the recent past with Prince Harry and the press? Oh, well, there she is, the Queen of Cups, mummy. And I don't mean to be too mocking when I say it like that, but there is the Queen of Cups, the Diana card, and the press, of course. As far as Prince Harry is concerned, the press is responsible for his mother's untimely death. And it's sorrow. That card is a very sorrowful card, the Queen of Cups. Even when it's upright, it's reminiscing, it's mournful, it's looking back at the past, it's looking back and it's missing somebody. And of course he's looking back and he's missing his mother, and he blames the press for what happened to her. What will be coming up in the future with Prince Harry and the press? The near future. Prince Harry is going to be resoundingly beaten by the press in the media. Obviously, that's a tautologist statement, but there is the Six of Wands, and the press is going to be victorious over Prince Harry. Prince Harry is going to be beaten. Six of Wands in reverse, a defeat, a resounding defeat, and we're going to read about it. And it's already, it's coming out. The articles are streaming out now. They're on Twitter, as I say, press having a lot of fun at the expense of Prince Harry. He really has stuck his head out, and he's going to really put his head on the chopping block. The press are coming for him now. They've held back in the past, I think, and I think possibly also have been asked to hold back, and of course been awaiting to see the outcome of this case, this privacy and copyright case with associated newspapers. But you can bet that Fleet Street is waiting, what was once Fleet Street, waiting to get their revenge, and they are going to enjoy the moment when it comes. Prince Harry is going to rue the day that he ever took them on. You've got the Seven of Wands in reverse there, defenseless, and we've got the Six of Wands above it there. Our victory for the press in the near future. So what was he thinking, picking this fight, this latest fight with the press? And it's very interesting. It's the card that in this deck, in this particular Shadowland tarot deck, is called Discretion. It is the 20 card of the Major Arcana. It is what we would know as the Judgment card in normal Rider-Waite. Judgment card. There is the Wise Owl. And it was indiscreet when the card is in the reverse, of course. Discretion is in the reverse. There was no discretion. What he did was a great mistake. The Judgment card for me is always about decisions. It can be, of course, awakening, a revelation, a moment of truth, but in the reverse, not waking up, not seeing things clearly. We've got that with the moon already. It's another major arcana for us in this reading. This is really a big deal. It's a big mistake. It's a bad decision. And indiscreet, he was completely indiscreet. It was a silly thing to say, a stupid thing to do. And the tarot is saying, absolutely, he was not the wise owl in this moment. He was a big fool. And he is going to pay a price for this stupid statement that he made, and for the way he cannot see clearly about the press and keeps blaming them for everything that's going wrong in his life. How will they fight back? What do they have up their sleeve? Queen of Pentacles. And nothing sinister in that card, even though she's clutching a rather dodgy looking cauldron bowl thing with her black cat stirring a little tiny cauldron down at the bottom, and there are bones in there and money. Oh my. When I say nothing dodgy, I'm going to take that back. The Queen of Pentacles in this card is really quite a sinister character, and she has got all the secrets in that bowl. She knows where the skeletons are buried, with Prince Harry and with Meghan Markle. All the secrets are in that bowl. And I'm getting chills as I say that, as I hold this card. I can't tell you what energy is coming off this card into my hand. Prince Harry, big mistake. The dossiers, the information, it's all there. The press has it all. It's all going to come out. It's all going to come out. Queen of Pentacles is, of course, Her Majesty the Queen. Now we have the husky, the dog. I call him the dog. He does have a real name, but he's deaf, so he doesn't know what his name is. It's not a name that I like. It came with him when I adopted him. I rescued him at a very old age, 18 months ago. So he is the dog, and the dog is talking now when I'm looking at this card. And the dog agrees with me that Prince Harry is in big trouble. And the Queen of Pentacles is, of course, Her Majesty the Queen, earth sign woman. It can be that they're going to hold off until, and I can't say this tactfully, until the Queen of Pentacles is no longer with us, and might then take Harry and Meghan down. It could be that they are just waiting. It's a matter of timing before they let loose the dogs of war. And Prince Harry is going to really regret it when it comes out. All the stuff in this cauldron comes out. So his hopes and fears, because of course this reading is from his point of view. What is he hoping for? What is he fearing? And he hopes for his little romance with Meghan to go on. There is the Two of Cups. It's the partnership. It's romantic. It's reconciliation. It's love. He wants to be happy ever after with his darling wife and not to be bothered by the press, to live his happy ever after life, his life of delusion, his life of cocktails. There's the sea. There's the sunset. There they are schmooching. Can't say that word, sorry. Smooching, there it is, on the beach. And he wants that fairy tale. He wants that romance. He wants that happy ever after. That's what he's hoping for. Nasty press gone away, got rid of. Prince Harry's told them off publicly. And of course they won't fight back. Let's see the outcome for Prince Harry of this war that he has got with the... my goodness, with the press. And out comes the High Priestess in reverse. Out come the secrets. The High Priestess is the secrets card. And all is going to be revealed. What's in that book? What has been kept quiet so far? Silence so far? All going to come out. She does look rather like this girl in the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess. I think it's the same girl that appears in these cards. Well, no, not really. As I say, I'm still learning this deck. But there she is. Queen of Pentacles got all the info in that cauldron. High Priestess at some stage is going to open that box, open that book, and it's all going to come flying out, and it's going to be a bad moment for Prince Harry and no doubt for Meghan Markle, because I think a lot of the information that is in that bowl that the Queen of Pentacles is clutching is about Meghan Markle, in my opinion. And hope you enjoyed this reading with this rather odd little deck. And but it has told us a tale today, so we'll be seeing it again on the tarot table. And take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next reading.